everyone. We are live this morning at the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southwest Georgia, of course at their Albany location just off Clark Avenue. And we have a big, exciting announcement to make because this little gray and yellow room that we've got here as part of the warehouse is having its grand opening. Got all the approvals coming up this Monday. It will start making food for this community.
Absolutely. We're very excited that as of last week, all of the inspections are finished. We're going to be getting our occupancy permit this week, and on Monday, we'll be able to start feeding over 1,000 children every single day.
That is just so amazing. And I'm here with Frank Richards. He is the CEO of Second Harvest Food Bank, of all of the different food banks. But right here in Southwest Georgia, we've got this Kids Cafe, which will be opening. And you mentioned it's going to feed hundreds of kids here in our community, but what exactly is it? Is it a restaurant? When you think of cafe, you think of restaurants.
It is. It's termed Kids Cafe, but what it actually is a full-scale production kitchen. Okay. It's designed and built to produce hot, nutritious meals for children, and through the catering model that we're running, which is really what it is, we bring in professional culinary staff. They are cooking hot, nutritious meals for kids that are well-balanced with everything from fresh fruits and vegetables to protein items and a serving of milk. And then they're delivered every single day to local community programs that feed kids.
It sounds yummy. I mean, these meals, you mentioned professional culinary cooks. I mean, this isn't just, some oatmeal or maybe a cold sandwich.
That's exactly right. I mean, these children will receive, fresh broccoli and carrots, applesauce, and, different things like that are very, very healthy for them. Because, I mean, the idea is to get these kids very healthy so that they go to school and perform well. Absolutely. And at the end of the day, it benefits our entire community.
We hear so many times that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But for many of these kids, they might not be getting even breakfast. It just might be that free or reduced lunch that they're getting at school. So how will this benefit them?
Well, in a community in Southwest Georgia here, 1 in 4 children are in a situation where they're in a hunger issue in the home. So providing that meal every single day where the only meal they may be able to get is a free and reduced lunch meal at the school system, a lot of times at the end of the day, this is that meal that's really going to allow them to do well and do their homework, to be able to participate in sports in the community, and to go home and rest well so the next day they can get up and go back and do well in school.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll find out much more all about how this can affect everyone in the community, not just these kids that are getting meals. That's coming up here in just a few minutes. Again, we are live here at the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southwest Georgia in Albany. It's all much more coming up here live this morning on Good Day. Back to you guys in the studio. That's right, guys. We are live here in the Kids Kitchen and Kids Cafe. Keep trying to call it a kitchen because this is a full production kitchen.
That's right.
My goodness, we've got, of course, ovens, a couple ovens, a whole bunch of ovens, a stove, and this is where all the food is actually going to be made for these kids.
That's right. We got convection ovens, which actually will do in the kitchen the type meals we prepared. Nothing is fried for these children. Everything absolutely healthy. Everything is either baked or the steam type ovens where we steam vegetables, rice. We can cook things like chickens and things like that in these ovens very, very quickly, very, very efficiently as well.
Okay, and how many meals are we going to be turning over, and how quick is that turnover?
Well, right now we're very limited by the number of meals we can serve over here in this region. We only have capacity for about 250 meals at the kitchen that we're currently using in a local church. This facility here does have the capacity where we can do up to 3,000 meals every 4 hours.
Wow. So as of Monday, you can make as many as 3,000 meals in 4 hours?
That's right.
That is just wonderful.
And we already have 750 children waiting to come onto the program. We've just been limited by the space and the cooking capacity we've had. So as of Monday, we can triple production on the number of meals we're fixing.
That is just wonderful. Now, the kids won't come here. Of course, we've got these big ovens and the stove. This certainly isn't a kid's environment right here.
Absolutely not. This is solely for production of meals and things like that. So it's designed in such a way that the commercial capacity of it is we can get meals in and out very, very quickly and efficiently because we do want, everything we've done here is with donated dollars. And we're very proud of the fact that only 3 cents out of every dollar we have goes into any kind of administrative cost.
That is great.
So we keep those costs very low so that we can maximize the potential for the money that the community donates to us.
And completely by donations?
Completely by donations, how we work. So.
That is just wonderful and definitely speaks volumes for the community. But people out there might be thinking, well, I'm not eating these meals. meals. You know, they are going to kids in our community, but how is that going to benefit the community as a whole?
Well, as a whole, a nourished child is a healthy child. You know, if you have children who do not have what it takes to maintain a healthy lifestyle, I mean, it affects our community in so many ways. You've got the overall indigent health care where kids end up with a doctor a lot more, and a lot of times, especially children that are living in poverty, they have no insurance, so they're at the emergency room, and that does affect the health care of the entire community. I mean, it does affect the nutrition side of it. They perform poor in school. A lot of times they're going to be tired or they can't concentrate, and then grades go down. And then as grades go down, that precipitates dropout rates in the community. That participates crime rates in the community. These things build on each other. So by getting back to the basic nutritional elements of providing these to children every single day, it begins at that ground level and begins to tear away poverty in our community.
Wonderful. And it all kind of starts right here in the kitchen.
That's exactly where it starts.
All right. Well, we've got to talk about the history of the Kids Cafe, because although it's going to be new here to Albany, it is not new to Southwest Georgia. That's coming up a little bit later here on Good Day. But again, we are live here inside the Kids Cafe at the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southwest Georgia, the Albany location. Back to you guys in the studio. Welcome back to Good Day, everyone. We are live here at the Kids Cafe inside the Second Harvest Food Bank of South Georgia's Albany location. And now, Frank, this Kids Cafe, obviously new to Albany. It opens on Monday, but it's nothing new to South Georgia.
That's right. We opened our first Kids Cafe in 1994.
Wow.
We had 60 kids show up the first day that we opened it at the Boys and Girls Club. And within a week, parents found out that the kids could get a hot, nutritious meal. They were going to get help with their homework every night, and they were going to be able to do some enrichment activities, sports, and things like that, and allow parents to be able to continue working. And really, within 2 weeks, we were up to 300 children a night at that one location.
So from 60 to 300?
Right.
Holy cow. And of course, this location can feed as many as 3,000. You don't have quite that many kids signed up right now.
Right.
But it is all in part because of the community, those donations that have come forward. And a big thank you to Arby's.
Absolutely. I mean, the Arby's Foundation stepped in. This project was $250,000 that we've invested in Albany over here. And those donations do come from all over the Southwest, and not just from the Albany community. Arby's stepped in and donated $100,000 to this project.
Now, I know I can't donate $100,000, but how can everyone in the community kind of step up and help this Kids Cafe?
Well, it cost us $1.09 to produce a meal. So anyone who, that's a very small number,
Sure.
and
you
everybody.
A cup of coffee is what, $3 plus?
That's right. So if you want to give up one latte a week, you can feed 3 or 4 kids. And so it's a very easy process. We do purchase all the food that comes through this program, because it is things like we're going to be cooking things like baked chicken and ham and turkey, as well as they get steamed vegetables. They get a serving of milk with that. So these are nutritious meals for these kids that are really going to help them do well in life.
You mentioned teaming up with different organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, so the kids get not only that nutritious meal, but also things like homework help and sports activities and stuff. But what about, say, come the summertime when they're not in school? What happens then?
Well, when they're not in school, then they don't have the ability to get school lunches through the school lunch program. So a lot of times we have to step in and produce a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because a lot of times these kids are in situations where there's no food at all. And this program is strictly focused for kids 13 and under. Okay. So these are children that really don't have a lot of control over how they're able to eat or the resources that come to them every day. So if these children are in good programs, good productive programs, like our Boys and Girls Clubs in the communities, like our YMCAs, like our church programs that go on, vacation Bible schools and after-school feeding programs, and the summer meal programs that go on as well. We're getting these kids into safe environments. They're supervised, they're getting nutritious meals, and they're going to do well.
Wonderful. Again, it opens Monday, $1.07?
$1.09.
$1.09.
Yeah.
So if you can, give up your cup of morning coffee and donate it here to the Second Harvest Food Bank of South Georgia and help kids in our community. It's a wonderful morning out here. We are so excited to have them